Before we begin, this podcast is proudly brought to you by DubaiView, your boutique luxury real estate partner. We deliberately keep our family of clients small because we believe in building relationships, not just closing deals. If you are looking for your dream home in Palm Jumeirah, Emirates Hills or Dubai Hills Estate, we should talk. Head to our website for a free consultation. Let's find your perfect Dubai home together. Now back to our conversation. Welcome back to another episode of DubaiView podcast. This time, a very special guest. He's very well known as the most strongest investment advisor in the Dubai market. I could say Kamil Magomedov. Thank you so much for having you here.
Thank you, Mario, for having me, for invitation.
Kamil, I have you a long time on the radar. I'm watching at you. I'm following you on social media, so you're very active as well on social media. And my question was, how was your journey when you moved to Dubai and the journey where you're standing now? Because what we can see, you are different than a lot of other investment advisors or real estate advisor. You are working with high net worth individuals. And I guess my audience, and I got some comments who was knowing that you are coming, wanted to know how you started here and how you became so successful.
Well, thank you very much for, this kind of, how you call it, elevated introduction. Yeah, I'm doing my humble part of work. I don't think I deserve the intro you made, but I have a kind of unfair advantage. There is a good book with the same title called Unfair Advantage. I highly advise it to anyone who is questioning, what should I do? How do I find my own path in real estate, in whatever business they do, actually. Anyone whose sales are connected or whose business is connected to B2C, the unfair advantage is the very first starting point. Like, let's say me and someone from the market who just entered in the real estate, for comparison. I'm 40 this summer, so for the last 16 years before moving to Dubai, I was doing investment advising, been minister for investment, been CEO's advisor in Forbes Russia, been in charge of building the biggest real estate project in Russia. I'm in a new city when you need to develop the master plan, so you're playing that game on the other side.
Amazing.
It's you to develop the master plan, to answer the questions why developers should come here, buy plots, and develop particular things like hospitals, schools, residential blocks, etc. So with this experience and background in a backpack, when I came to Dubai, my question was, should I go for working with investment funds, with banks, with real estate development? And, it came quite naturally for me. So I do certain things, and it comes again as experience. If you live a bit long enough, you understand that you cannot do everything.
Yes.
You should focus on something that suits you.
Totally agree.
It's always a tailored solution. It's not something you can copy from someone. So for me personally, imagine me, you've been following me, you know my kind of personality. Imagine me tomorrow making videos. Oh, look at these layouts. How beautiful are the colors? How big are the kitchens? Whatever. It will be funny.
And it will be not you.
It will not be me. It is not natural for me, right? Something that doesn't fit you, that is not natural for you, just cut it off. You will not succeed there anyway, right?
Totally agree.
Find something small, something that might not be seeming to you as the most profitable thing in their life, but something small that you do perfectly and what you are best at. Then develop it, then expand it, because that's how you find how you are different from 60,000 other people in the market. And in real estate, there are a lot of things to specialize in. Like I meet a lot of agents coming and asking, oh, okay, what should I do? What is your advice for me? always on all podcasts, all personal meetings, I'm saying the same thing. Find what you are best at. And the book I mentioned, The Unfair Advantage, will help you with that. Let's say if someone, let's say a lady, was working in concierge service, let's say, or in, let's say, educational field. She was a teacher, or she was a principal of school. Now she's in real estate. Unfair advantage she has compared to me is that she will be the best advisor to advise on people who are moving with the family. They need a home to live in, and they have kids. So imagine a lady with a positioning. I'm the best to find your home in Dubai, home for your kids and for your family, because she knows all the schools, curriculums, all the best yoga studios, whatever a family might need, and the key locations and the key layouts, buildings, whatever. So in these competitions, she will always win. But if it comes to numbers, imagine someone who's been doing investments for 16 years and been developing master plans, been CEO of investment company, been a minister for investment in one of the regions, and a guy who just entered the first year, the industry, and we both speak of investing in real estate. So, of course, I will be more likely winning just because of the unfair advantage I have by far. So, to sum up, that's the fair advantage, unfair advantage I'm leveraging on. And my advice is to find your unfair advantage and to build your positioning on it.
Totally agree. That was a lot of advices, what we can give the agents there. But looking back with your background, so it means you was already in touch with high net worth individuals. Was it more easy for you to touch the ground base here in Dubai because of your connections? Or because I could not see you that you was sitting like 80% of the agents started calling cold datas and trying to find buyers? Or you still say, I still had not an easy journey because my high network individuals was more investing in Europe. Arab country is a totally different country. To convince them to invest in such countries was taking a lot of efforts and sales skills.
I can't say that the journey was easy. I had a debt. I had some, my relocation was quite spontaneous. I didn't want to be associated with government projects anymore after some certain events. And my choice was to, if you can't change the situation, then change the location. If you don't want to be associated with that, okay, move. And then after moving, I started figuring out what I'll be doing. But again, comparing with guys who are just starting their journey, I had things in my backpack. I was pretty confident that regardless which country I'm in, I'll find what I do that will feed my family. So in a moral way, it was easier for me because there is something where you can bring value anyway. Yes. In education, because I've was in charge of a project that became a number one non-government educational project among 40 countries and 420 projects. Wow. In one of the, we won kind of prize for that. So I know something in education, in investment field, and in development. So easily, at least a salaried job I will find in any country where I'm relocating. Yes. So it wasn't easy for me to work with my, let's say, wealthy contacts, because when you just moved, you need to do your homework. You need to understand the market before you approach them and you advise them on something. They trust you. You've built that relations for the last 5, 10 years, but because they trust you and you gained that relation, you cannot fail them. Yes. So to advise them, you need at least 6 months of work to understand the market yourself, to do some deals, to go through layers of what this market consists of. So for that time, I was having no sales at all. So for the 6 months, I was in kind of studying the market and working with leads, not touching on the base. And
how is studying the market for you with that background? So, be as a CEO and owner of a real estate company, sometimes quite funny seeing my agents, how they study the market in different ways. So now with a financial education in the background and being an investment advisor, how was your journey in understanding the market and calculating which area or which property is the best fitting for your clients?
Well, if there is one skill you need to advise people on investing in real estate, that would be a general skill of analysis, like how you usually do that. There is a frame, and you can apply that for real estate, for banking, or whatever. Main ratio is risk to premium, right? So there is also there is always amount of risk you take and the premium you get for that. And on the part that risk spot, you put in real estate one things, in banking other things, let's say, and on the premiums, what you expect as the outcome. So let's say a book example for that is people are asking, should I invest in Dubai or should I invest in, let's say, Ras Al Khaimah? That's a book definition, like the amount of risks you take because you are investing in an emirate that still doesn't have a real estate market.
Yes.
It's number of transactions, a good number of transactions, but in total, Dubai has more than 180,000 transactions per year. That's the size of your market. And Ras Al Khaimah just approaching 2,500 transactions per year. And 90% of it, if not 100, are happening in off-plan. So no one still exited profitably. I mean, there are some separate cases, but it's not a decent market you can rely on. And the premiums, the difference in premiums is almost none. So you take a lot of risks with no difference in premiums.
Yeah.
One thing. Another thing is you are analyzing a product. Product is a city's potential for development, and that potential scores in premiums if you invest in proper places, so that you're buying some certain shares of this city. If you look at historic data, what areas were performing better, what were performing less, what were the reasons behind that performance? Let's say, take for example Dubai Hills or Blue Waters. These were or Creek Harbour. Dubai Hills, Blue Waters, and Emirates Beachfront. These three areas where people are still advising to invest. I cannot share that advice because these areas had an inflow of unjustified transactions.
Yes.
When there was Russian and Ukraine war, these were the three areas where mainly Russians were moving, and they were not analyzing market. They were just buying anything. They were just asking each other, I don't have time. Okay, where are you buying? You're buying there? Okay, I'm buying. What is it? 1 million more? Okay, I'm getting the unit. And then when they inflated the prices, because the product doesn't cost that amount of money. Now imagine someone coming with an agent and saying, you see, Emirates Beachfront did this kind of appreciation, so it will grow further. Let's invest there. Or we compare, let's say, Dubai Hills to some other residential areas, or Blue Waters, we compare to Maritime City. That's one of the mistakes I hear a lot in the market. Maritime City will not have inflow of 200 millionaire families sticking to each other and moving in 1 year or in 6 months into one particular area. This will not happen. Totally. I hope so. Agree. So, I mean, it was a consequence of a certain conflict, and I hope they will not happen in future, but that's not a fair comparison. And to return to your question, so your very high level ratio where everything sums up is risk to premium, and it goes down into understanding where the premiums will be made and why, and how much risks you take for that. So for me, that's the frame.
Amazing. No, I totally agree with you. I would say, even you mentioned before Creek Harbour. I'm living as well in Creek Harbour, And
Okay, a neighbor.
and I would say as for Creek Harbour, because if an investor don't have a long brief, so if I imagine Palace Residences, we purchased it a 2-bedroom for 1.6 million dirhams in the past.
Which year was it?
Now we are in the year 2025. I'm talking about 2020, 2021. In that range.
The lowest point when
it was
the COVID.
lowest entry price, 1.6 million. Looking on the last transaction, we are by 3 million, 3.3. So, and it was a funny part because we had to resell some of the units, and Palace was the only unit what got hold. So we had to evaluate it new to remain the golden visa. So, and then I was going to the Almanara Center. I said, please, can you evaluate it? And they said, yeah, no problem. And then they evaluated the property for 3.3 million dirham. I was shocked. So I was checking as well the transaction. I saw what's going on, 1.6, 3.3. So you have to understand in euro, if I convert in euro, because a lot of my audience are Germans, the entry price was in the past 3,500, 3,600 euro in Creek Harbour in the beginning. Now all the new launches, we reached already 8,000. So they doubled the money. So already my belly for someone who say, okay, maybe I just want to have it 3 years. I live 2 years inside and I want to resell it. I don't see any potential of a high capital appreciation entering now in this off-plan prices. If in the secondary market, Creek Beach or even Creek Island, I get it 30 to 35% cheaper. So it's every time like the entry point, same like what you say, Blue Waters. I remember we bought 3 bedrooms for 4 million dirhams. Check the transaction now, 11 million. It's insane.
Yeah, now for 4 million, you can get 1 bedroom. Right?
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. So you are working with Provident.
Yeah.
Right? Why you made the decision working with Provident? Why Provident is so special? And what are you doing with Provident?
Well, that was a quite calculated move because I was not choosing company based on leads or marketing. I needed a company as an answer to a question that tier 1 investors usually have. If you're working with a big guy, here as a tier 1 investor, he will not be working with tier 3, tier 4 companies in anything he does, right? So for him, if you did everything on your side perfectly, the last question is, what is your setup? Or the first question, like, what is your setup? What is the company you are representing? Or you have your own company, or how it works on your side. So you need a reliable company that is for many years on the market, that has some decent representation and story. So let's say if we have big 4 in consulting, then what could be a big 4 in real estate in Dubai? So, and I met 3 or 4 companies and made my choice based on my personal likeness of the team inside. So that was the frame.
Amazing. So now let's talk about investment wise. So did you felt any struggles from foreign investors investing here in Dubai? Did they had any misconceptions? What you had to prove them something different investing in the Dubai real estate market?
Well, we have generally when people are coming to invest in Dubai, they have something in their mind. There is already kind of frame. So you need to demolish it first and give them a proper frame. It comes either with resistance or it comes, people are keeping their mind open for that. So there are misconceptions, there are rumors, myth about Dubai. Like there are extremes, like whatever you buy is growing, or this is a bubble or whatever nonsense, right? So between these extremes, there is a fair evaluation of the market, data, and current situation. Like what is that risk to premium ratio? So yeah, definitely, most of them, they come with some ideas, and you spend 20, 30 minutes first calibrating the ideas and understanding of the market with this investor, and then moving into particular offers, projects, whatever. That was the reason why I actually started the YouTube channel, videos. It's just to save my energy and time explaining again and again the same things. So it was just, like frequently asked questions. So I just recorded them, put them in the channel, and then this video started attracting a lot of clients. Initially, it was just instructions or just tutorials for the investors whom I'm working with.
That you just say, check here, I sent you the YouTube link, have a look on it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's like, because, some investors, they like to understand all the details,
Yes.
go deep into each thing. And if he has a week, let's say, of time to understand the market, you have 3, 5, 10 people you're working with every day. So physically, you cannot dedicate that amount of time to some people who really want to go into each detail, right?
Yeah.
So that was my solution.
Amazing. Quick break to share some exciting news from DubaiView. Our boutique approach means we get exclusive first access to some of the Dubai's most remarkable properties. Just this month, we've added stunning new listings that aren't available anywhere else. Want to be first to know about these hidden gems? Visit our website for private consultation. Now, back to our conversation. Coming back, you said now YouTube, social media, you're very, very active on Instagram and on YouTube. Would you advise other realtors going online, being on YouTube, being on social media, and which type of benefits brought it to you being so active on social media?
Well, my advice, if what to do in social media, again, comes to the very first question, like, what's your unfair advantage, right? When you figure out what is your key message, who you are, from that key message, you will understand which kind of content can deliver that key message. From that, you will understand which platform works better for that. Let's say my videos on TikTok don't work for me, right?
Me myself as well, because we are not funny and we are not saying, "Oh, what are you doing for a living?"
I know a lot of female agents who are building the whole agency just on TikTok and some entertainment videos. So if people want to see that content, if they're seeing that content, why not, right? So once you understand what you want to deliver, what you are good at, you will understand which platforms work better for that. Let's say those who are extremely popular in TikTok, they very, very rarely, almost never, they are successful with long form in YouTube, and vice versa. So there is also Instagram, XCOM, whatever. So platform is a way how to spread the key message. But first is to understand what is the key message, what you want to tell people.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you.
That's how things work for media.
Totally agree with you. But do you see a difference between, let's say, the leads who are coming into your YouTube and Instagram than the leads what get provided from the company?
Can't compare, because it's a completely different introduction.
That's what I mean, because the lead who's coming through a company, maybe he don't know you, he don't know who's coming.
Yeah.
But the lead who's coming through social media, Instagram, I get sometimes the feeling there is a trust, because maybe you have already 128 podcast episodes, or maybe you had 30 visits with developers checking their construction and their quality, and they can identify with you and say, hey, I like this guy. I like how he's working, how he's thinking. I want to buy with you. And it's a little bit more a physical thing. If you see someone daily on social media and you see him then in real life, it's direct like, I know him long time, because he's following you 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 3 years. So closing, I guess, over the leads from social media, it's much more easier because the trust get already built than with the fresh leads who are coming in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how you meet someone, as you said, when you are taking a lead and you're working with him, also fine, doable, but it's you persuading him to work with you.
Yes.
When it's someone coming to you through social media, it's him trying to get your attention and he wants you to work with him.
Yes.
So it's completely opposite. And I'm not bragging here, but I found myself many times in a situation where I cannot work with some inquiries because there are more inquiries from
Low ticket.
from social media than you can actually process. And then I either recommend one of colleagues or I just tell that, I'm not the best guy for this kind of inquiry. Like, for example, I'm always saying that if you're looking for a home for your family base in Dubai, there are many, many agents who will do better work than I do because I don't have patience for that. And I'm not the best guy to, the layouts, the colors, likeness, etc. It involves different skills like emotional connection,
Yes.
which is completely cut off for me. Don't have that component, to give to people.
Amazing. So can you tell my audience what you are specialized in Dubai?
What I do is advising where to invest to make money. So that's why I'm saying that I'm specializing on money in real estate. So where you can make some profits, why, and how to properly evaluate that, how to frame that. Second thing is, there are two. They sound very different, but they're coming from the same skill. Second thing I do is advising on branded properties, whether it's for your personal use or for investment, because when you are investing into something where you have more value compared to asking price at this moment. Like take, for example, off-plan projects, right?
Yes.
General idea of off-plan is this, where you have future value, which you assess as bigger than the current asking price. With branded residences, it's completely the same. There is brand involvement for which you pay 40% extra price. So to properly assess what is this involvement adding, is it fair to charge extra 40% for this brand involvement or not? You are utilizing the same skill, right?
So now I put you a little bit in trouble. Good that you say that. Branded residences. Currently, we have many branded residences. And I got a lot of inquiries from my investors. I'm saying, hey, this is a branded residence. Let's talk about different type without saying any names. We have a lot currently. Let's say branded from cars, branded from furnitures,
fashion.
So what do you think about this branded residences? So I can just tell you my opinion, and I'm the honest talking. So honestly talking about it, I don't see a big value in purchasing a branded residence who have no connection with hospitality. Because this is my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Maybe you can advise me in a different way. But I think a car brand or a fashion brand or a furniture brand, they don't know how to serve guests. Let's say compared to St. Regis on residences. So how do you see all that branded residence, how you say it, and it's costing almost a double just because a big name is written over that tower? Do you think it's a good investment in Dubai, investing in branded residences?
That was actually the second video I ever made. It was titled that 70% of projects will be devaluated in the branded sector, because the market we're in, the sub-market of branded residences, Dubai became number one location in the world for number of branded projects, more than 400 of them in total as per 2024. So we are heading towards situation. It's like 15% of all the projects were branded. We are we are going towards a situation where we'll have 30% of the market being branded. So just involvement of a brand at that stage has no value on secondary market anymore, because when you are walking towards the street, every third building is branded. So it's not something unusual anymore.
Yes.
Now, what brand adds? I agree with you that hospitality brand involvement is one of the best cases. But there are other cases where you have, let's say, big architect's name. I consider these projects some of the best branded projects, even if they don't have a shiny name or a logo on them. Because let's say someone like Tadao Ando, or let's say Forsters and Partners, or other big, or Zaha Hadid, right? Other big names. That's the true branding for the building, right? Or someone like H&H. They are some of the best hands in the Middle East for the quality they deliver, right? So they became brand themselves. If they're building something, investors are rushing into that if they're looking for quality projects. So a brand that is connected to architects or development, that would be number one choice. Number two would be a hospitality brand, as you said. But there you should be very cautious. In Dubai now, we have a very unfair situation. Some hospitality brands just give a brand to a development without service, without things that people like in this brand. Let's say they have only logo on the building. That's it. And don't want to mention a couple of names, but even big developers does that trick, that stunt, that I consider it really a fraud, because you are putting a logo of, let's say, St. Regis or other hospitality brand, and then you don't give anything from this brand, but you take the full price. So when you sell pictures as off-plan, people can buy into that. But what happens when this project is delivered? Someone enters and he sees that it's just ordinary building, maybe some better tiles. And where is this?
Where's the service? Where's the a la carte service?
Where are amenities? Where is hotel-like feeling, right? So that's the difference. There should be a differentiation between serviced and just branded hospitality projects. And another pitfall is where you are having brands that are not historically associated, that are not built on developing habitats, residences, hotels, and they have no connection. I mean, among fashion brands, take, let's say, a brand like Armani, which will be a good and book example how to do that. Armani is, as Maestro Armani himself is one of the well-known fashion enthusiasts and icons, who is very attentive to everything where he's involved. He's into every detail. And first, they developed Armani Hotel. So from fashion to hotel, the transition is huge. It is huge, but it's more natural. So you try to build hotel and to prove that you have the service of high level. Once that milestone is achieved, by the way, they also developed the furnishing extension of brand that was also successful, Armani Casa. So now Armani is not just a fashion brand. Between Armani and Residences, there is hotel service and fashion and furniture brand that they developed. They are successful in that. So when now they want to develop Armani Hotel and Residences as one project, they have something to bring, right? So Arada did a perfect job with that, and they combined Armani's expertise in service, in fashion, in design, with another legend who is Tadao Ando as architect. So imagine, like, it's like a all-stars team.
Yes.
Everything that could be considered best practice in developing a branded project is there. But that project didn't sell out on day one, because you need to understand all of that, right? To be...
We're talking about the DFC project.
No, it's Armani Residences in Palm.
Armani. Right, this was the first project from them.
Correct.
With the Armani Residence.
Yeah, so there we have all the components for truly have more value compared to the asking price. They did a very well work. They did a great job actually with Akara Residences. That's their own hotel brand they want to introduce to the market, and to make a proper introduction, they did a perfect fit in a thing called product market fit. So if you build just in simple words for guys who don't know this term, if you build studios in a family-oriented community, you don't have this product market fit, right?
Yes.
You don't understand target audience, what their needs are, what they want to pay for. Or if you are building 4 or 5 bedroom properties in Business Bay, let's say, or in touristic area like Marina, you will be a bit struggling. So just a very simple explanation. So Arada did a perfect product market fit with Akara Residences because for the people, I know them, I work with them, for the guys from finance field, from banking, and all the guys sitting in DIFC, they need a couple of things, and very important for them is to save time, energy, and privacy. So Akala does 3 things for them. You're buying apartment, but the added value that you get on top of it compared to other launches, let's say Miras launched a new project,
Yes.
H&H is coming there with a new project. So like the biggest names in Dubai's real estate, right? And Arada is not that big in Dubai's market, but they outperformed other projects on a concept stage because they brought a very interesting fit for these guys, for the guys in finance field.
But to be honest, the project is as well unique. So thinking about all projects and all branded residential market, this is something what is not existing yet. Even just the architecture, how much time they took to understand, okay, how can I put this healthy environment into a building, and how can I add value for high network individuals in DIFC to say, I want to live there. I think they got a 10 from 10. So when I saw the project, it was really my all-time, the first time what I say, wow, I'm not doubting about it, and I'm 100% confident to sell this product.
Correct. That's I was also amazed by how precise is the concept for the people they want to sell to.
Yeah, totally agree.
So there are good examples in this market of branded projects, as if we return to the previous question. But let's say we also have on the same shelf in the same shop called Dubai's Real Estate Market, we have projects where yesterday we entered the market as a developer. Today we slap on some brand. Tomorrow we are starting selling it as a branded project that gains a bit more attention and trust from people. So we slap any fashion, restaurant brands attached to a development. That's another nonsense, right? So with car brands, we all understand that it's very controversial value that they bring. Now, cars are done. We are going into sub-brands. I think we will see, tuning brands now in the market. Then we will move into, there is a company called Akrapovic that builds the exhaust systems, or Bramble that builds the brakes. Yeah. So if we go this path down, a couple of years, we will see that all that buildings coming now. I wonder what will be the selling point for exhaust system or brake system branded projects, like tuning projects or whatever. I mean, yes, there are car enthusiasts. Yes, they can be attracted by this name, but if I'm driving a Mercedes, Mercedes has an expertise in building engines, cars, interiors, electronics. There are designs that Mercedes delivers, and if you like that design, you give it to any freelancer, and according to design guidelines, he can draw what can be a building, what can be a sneaker, what can be a microphone, in line with these guidelines in a style of Mercedes, right? So there is no value in stretching the design guidelines on a development.
Yes.
What adds value is a project, let's say, like Baccarat Hotel and Residences. Was founded by Ludovic XVI, if I'm not mistaken, in France. Like, the brand itself was formed by a monarch. It's a royal brand. All its life, it was serving for interiors, like dineware, chandeliers. Just one chandelier can cost more than 50,000 euros. They've always been associated with most royal, most wealthy interiors and things you touch every day. Then from that extension, they developed Baccarat Hotel in New York. And it instantly, in the most competitive market in the world, they became number one, if not number one, let's say in top 3 hotels in New York.
Totally agree with you.
Proved concept. And then when they bring that concept into Dubai, you have a lot of value why you are buying that building, because that's a Rolls Royce in terms of concepts for development or brands involvement. That's the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying to investors, don't buy any ready properties in downtown right now in a higher check, because when Baccarat is delivered, if you see that penthouses now selling for 20 million, 25 million, etc., this is like BMW 5, right? And you have Baccarat, which is Rolls-Royce, coming to the same place, and now they have the same price. What happens when Baccarat is delivered? Either it will skyrocket, or the prices of existing units, they will go down compared to Baccarat's product. So whatever you expect from the market as an investor, so that there is potential for downtown to double, okay, that will happen in Baccarat, not in other projects. Or you expect that this is the ceiling, price will not go higher than asking prices now for Baccarat, then don't buy the ready units, because they will go down if this is the ceiling. Can't compare this to ordinary buildings that you have now in downtown.
I agree with you. My last
Thank you.
2 questions
Please.
to you. Kamil, you are very well known. You sold 3 buildings in 7 hours.
Yeah, that story is chasing me now.
Yeah. So can you tell a little bit your story around about how you could handle selling 3 buildings in 7 hours?
That's not me selling actually buildings. That's people buying, because we have great potential in the expo area for let's say for rental yields. I believe it's the only place where you can expect more than 15% rental yields per year in the buildings that are in walking distance from exhibition center. That's less than 1 kilometer. And with the current price, I have all the data in that area to exactly calculate what will be your daily rents, what will be your returns from that investment into that building, either on a unit scale or on a building scale. Building is just 10x of what you have on one building, on one unit, like unit economy. So when you do the numbers, and investor can check all that numbers independently, and when it turns out that yes, there is a potential for 15-16% yearly income from rents, and there is potential for 70 to 120% return on equity in coming 3 years.
It's a no-brainer.
It's easy decision. It's easy decision. That's why those who are investing, those who are looking at the market, looking for capital appreciation or rental yields, they want to keep the units. It was the only option.
Amazing. Congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
And where do you see currently the market? Are you thinking still investors, because we're getting currently bad propaganda? Europe is trying to put Dubai in a bad position. They just was waiting for the option, Iran, Israel, and now the news. We have some newspapers, they're not even credible to talk about them. They put warning, don't fly to Dubai. Be aware from Dubai. So all eyes are on Dubai. Sometimes where I'm as well shocked, people are believing in it. Mario, I don't know if I should invest now, if it's the right time. We have the war, and if something happened. So I cannot say nothing about that. I want your recommendation. Do you think Dubai will be in danger with what's going on currently in the world? And are we overpriced? Are we in a bubble? What is your market analysis for 2025?
Well, two parts of this question, like what is happening right now with the war between Iran and Israel, how that is risky, and the other part is like Europe's attempts to keep people from moving and from moving capital. If someone tells me, oh, it's risky, oh, it's bubble, etc., I never argue. Okay, don't invest.
Yes.
Don't invest in Dubai. It's risky, it's bubble. I agree with you. Yalla. If you've been doing that for long enough, you understand that In any market, 80% are losing money, 20% are making money in stocks, in bonds, in crypto, whatever, in real estate. So, of course, 8 out of 10 people will be coming to you with the mindset of people who will be losing money. They will not be buying when the market will be low or when there are risks on the table. They will be buying when everyone will be buying. So you can't battle that. You can't convince them. That's the mindset. That's why they are not, let's say, so wealthy as they could be. And of course, there is different risk appetite. Someone wants to, for someone, it's the money that he collected all his life. Of course, he doesn't want any risk involved with that. Then there are investors who are just putting chips on different classes of assets. They are very different people. Now, Europe's attempts to keep people and capital from outflowing, they are not, happening this year only. Anyone, and we don't need to persuade people, anyone coming from Europe, they will tell you 500 reasons why they want to move out.
Yes.
You don't need to persuade them. And there are many reasons why they want to move here. So the task now for the authorities in many countries, like we know the struggles of people who want to move money from Europe. The task of the government is to put the roadblocks for people as not to move out.
Yes.
Instead of thinking why we are losing competition for people, right? Maybe we're introducing stupid laws that have no logic. Maybe we are doing something wrong in terms of managing people's tax money. Like in many countries, I don't want to mention, you are paying more than 45 or 50% and getting nothing in return compared to what you get for free in Dubai. So the very first question comes when you visit the city, where they have roads, safety, healthcare, education, compared to my country where 50% of my income going to this, half of the year I'm working for government,
Yes.
actually, right? And I get nothing in return. Taxes were introduced as a social contract. I'm paying this, government is giving this. When government just puts aside its obligations and just collecting taxes, it's called robbery. When I take money from you and don't give you anything,
agree.
it's called robbery. Let's call things their names, right?
Yes. Totally
So
agree.
they're robbing people, and when people are trying to move their money out, they're putting roadblocks. So they're modern pirates,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I don't have issues with persuading people like why you need, if you can move from Europe to other parts of the world, you are more than welcome, and I don't need to give you reasons. You know them better than I do. Regarding the conflict that we are seeing today, I recently made a video and it gained a lot of attention about Iran, Israel. And a lot of people started writing comments, and, we have a lot of experts. They are experts in COVID, in warfare, in geopolitics, everywhere. And they came saying, oh, yeah, you are selling real estate. That's why you will be always saying this. Okay, don't come to my page then. What you're doing here. It's a professional page of someone advising investors into real estate, first of all. Second of all, if you look back into history, conventional kind of conflicts and wars were happening in Middle East. After every conflict, we see massive inflow of people in Dubai. India-Pakistan tensions, even Russia-Ukraine. We have conflicts happening
China, Taiwan.
Yeah, in Africa. So whatever happens, people have currently only one place where you can move 3 bases. That's my copyright. I call 3 bases. Dubai is the only place in the world for 3 bases. It's a base for your capital, where you can move money and don't get cut of it. You can move your business, and this city is full of opportunities for many businesses, a global hub, where you can actually work and make more money than in your home country. And it's also a base for your family, where you get high level of education, lifestyle, etc. So let's say if you compare that to Greece, to Thailand, Turkey, other countries, you get one base.
Yes.
One base, not for capital, but for family.
Yes.
Not for family, but for
100%.
business. And if we are not talking about nuking each other's scenario, if we're talking about conventional conflict, you are using the same frame how you assess risks in any industry. if we're talking about conventional war between the countries, I think it will be the same scenario as previously. If we're talking about nukes and the worst case scenario, then let's assess that kind of risks. Let's go further. What happens if someone nukes someone?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not at that level. It's not about two countries. It's about 16 other different countries that will be nuking each other. Where do you want to be safe? In Himalayan mountains? What you can prevent with being worried about that, right? So I assess that the probability of hitting nuclear plants in a way that they will contaminate water or using nukes for the warfare, I hope people still have common sense. That will not happen because it will be an immediate situation, not just like, in 2, 3, 5 days. It will be an immediate situation when nukes start flying from one country, they start flying from other countries in opposite direction.
100%.
So you will not have a moment to blink how you found yourself among a radius of where you cannot escape from that pollution.
This is what I said as well. I said, if a nuclear war will happen, then what are you thinking about more of your investment? That's it. You are upstairs, say thank you for my life, what I had, and you cannot be in Germany. And how you said, you can watch everywhere. No, even in Germany, by us, it's going crazy. I said today to my wife, I said, it's good that you are in the south part because we are near to Switzerland. So it can be every minute that Putin is saying, hey, you guys, politics in Germany, you don't understand anything about it. And I can say it, and I have a German passport. I don't know what you guys are doing. Start supporting all these other people, sending money. With all that money, what we gave to Ukraine, we could buy Ukraine. The war was coming left and right. Germans, if you go to Germany, all the flags are hanging. Just the own German flag is not hanging in our country. So it's much more unsafe living in Germany than going to Dubai.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to understand your chances for different scenarios, don't make a mess in your head.
Yeah.
Put them on shelves. Okay, if that goes the same way it went usually, what are the chances that Dubai is involved? Actually 0, because it never got involved. It's the government policy for UAE. If it goes a bad scenario, then imagine the worst scenario. Like go down that way. What's the probability of that nuclear Armageddon? Because there will be no shades in that. A bit of damage or 10% of damage. No, there will be. The whole world will be involved, right? So then if you assess that that's the 90% of probability, then why aren't you still in a bunker sitting with canned food and waiting for that to happen? Why you are even thinking of investing somewhere?
Yes,
just
totally agree.
Turn it into the gold, put it under your bed, and yalla. That's your valuation of risks.
Amazing. Kamil, thank you so much for having you here. It was a pleasure. I could talk 1 hour more with you. Maybe we will do a second episode. And thank you so much to put that much value into my audience.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'll be more than happy to continue it.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.